So what binds your family together? Some families are bound by sports, maybe religion, or maybe even work. But my family is bound by curling. It's a little bit of an oddity, but that's what binds us together. So we all started curling about 15 years ago when my dad came home from a hunting trip in Canada. He had two TV channels. They were both curling. So when he got back, he was really wanted to try it. So he got back and he was like, hey, like we should go look and see if there's something near us that we could learn how to do this. My mom and dad sat down, looked for it, and sure enough, 15 minutes away from our household was the Kettle Moraine Curling Club. So we went out, my dad, my sister, and I, and we learned how to curl that year. We have been curling since then, and that was 15 years ago to the day, pretty much. And my mom started curling about 5 years after us, so she's been doing it for 10 years now. And it's really brought us all together. We've all played on league teams together since it's a four-person team. We've played together and we've spent a lot of time on the ice together. So today I'll be discussing my individual curling background, and I'll also discuss what the curling broom itself symbolizes to the sport and to our family. So why are curling brooms important, you may ask? They're important just to the sport, especially because they are a key component. Without a curling broom, you wouldn't be able to curl, shocker. A curling broom is used to get the rock to go farther down the sheet of ice. And if you don't know curling, the goal is to get a rock closest to the center of a target laid out on ice, kind of like hockey ice, but a little bit different. So the sweepers can get the rock to travel farther, to curl a little bit more, or to curl a little bit less. So curling brooms are also important because they hold curling's core values, and these are the same core values that my family really holds true to their heart. These values are that curling brooms are kind of integral because you have to police yourself on the rules of curling. It's a gentleman's sport, so unless you're playing at a national level or a really big money tournament, there's not going to be an umpire on the ice or a referee to go, hey, you're doing this wrong, like stop cheating. So in leagues, you have to police yourself. There are things about the curling broom that aren't allowed, such as a waterproof broom head, like this one. This is not allowed in big money tournaments. The other thing that's not allowed is a plastic insert on the inside, like this guy. All of these things are really beneficial to help a sweeper move the rock farther, so it can make the playing field a little bit uneven. And the only reason that I have these on my broom right now is because in league they don't care, so everybody uses them. So it'd be a little bit unfair if I didn't use them. So curling brooms they hold you honest, because if you aren't using the right things, or if you are using the right things, it really forces you to watch what you're doing and make sure that you're doing the right stuff. So curling itself as a sport really pushes friendship. You go out, you play against another 4 people, and then once the game is over, you sit down at a table with them, you eat, you drink, you talk to each other, and you really get to learn who all these people are. So even at the national level, we still do these things. When I go out to play at nationals in 2 months now, I think is when it is, I will know every single one of those people there, but I'll only know that because I've curled at nationals for 3 years. So all the new people that come in every year to nationals that are new qualifiers, we get to meet these people and make new friends. So curling, for me, I've curled obviously for 15 years, like I said earlier, but I've curled in probably over 1,000 different tournaments. I've curled at 3 junior national events, and I've also curled a lot in Canada and in cash tournaments. That's pretty much where I've been every weekend, and for the last 2 months now, I've curled in about 6 tournaments already this year, and it's been going a little rough, but that's all right. So curling teaches this honesty and friendship through hanging out with people after games and through the rules of the sport itself, being a gentleman's sport. So in conclusion, curling has greatly impacted my family's life. Curling has taught us all of these values that we hold, the honesty from the rules and policing yourself, and the friendship from hanging out with everyone. I hope you all have learned a little bit about curling today. Have a nice day.